This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Grim here and welcome to another video. So in this one I'm going to show you defeating Raven pretty much, and then my rewards, and then we're going to get into some other pips, because we're finally out of the tier 5, and I'm so happy about that, because in tier 5 every single boss, not necessarily that they are crazy hard, that there really is not for the resources that I have available, but there's no character test peak performance gameplay on, so I'm quite excited to get back to tier 1 and test that out, so we're going to also be getting into that. But yeah, first up we're going to get into killing Raven. So I dropped a Camouflage Cyclone plus Raven team here, because I thought this would be kind of the easiest cleanup method to do without using too many teams. And we're going to pair her up with King, because it was either King or Black Manta, and I think Black Manta can deal slightly more damage than King into the tier 1 bosses that we're going to fight afterwards. So this is what we're getting into first. So we went with 5 stacks of darkness. It's not gonna be the best gameplay I've seen of King plus Raven, I'll be honest about that. But yeah, Raven back in there, barely refreshing darkness, almost missed that one. We shouldn't have that close of a call usually. Raven taking a big hit there, and that will kind of play out not so nice during the rest of the fight, because that means that she's quite susceptible to resetting her stacks in order to kill herself at that amount of health left. King back in there, special tree in there. Again, we have the level 8 Sword of Salvation on King, we have the level 1 Trigon Staff on Raven, and the level 5 Sword of Sin on Dr. Fate for slightly more passive stats. Resetting darkness there, tagging him from a block, King back in there, and combo interrupting a bit because I wanted to get a big combo for that super move, because with Raven plus King, super move is gonna be pretty much the bulk of your damage, as far as Raven boost stuff overall at the very least. So yeah, that was a sweet 36 mil on that super move, so I'm quite happy about that one. King getting back in there, special tree, doing some combo interrupting again into another special tree here. Sword of Salvation actually lets us add a lot of special trees into the combo before tagging Raven in, and with the third one I was kind of pushing it a bit, but yeah, special one back in there, and backing off a bit. King with not the most optimal tagging, and he gets straight one-shotted by Raven there, but it's okay, he's still got 1 life left. Raven back in there, reset the darkness. And yeah, we're gonna get a reset again on darkness, but not the good type of reset, because we're gonna get re-smashed there, and Raven had to reset her darkness stack, sadly. And so we're gonna have to do it all over again. At this point I'm like, we're gonna go with 3 stacks to start off with, hopefully it's enough to kill her. King back in there, and yeah, that was actually enough. That was quite close to the end of the match, thankfully, when I lost the stacks. So yeah, we got actually the most rare gold character in the game currently, because Captain Cold has been in the arena store. Captain Cold can be dropped from raid drops, but other than that, the only way to get my boy Captain Cold is from guaranteed gold shard chests. He doesn't have any specific chest or any specific place to get him. And funny enough, this was the only gold character that I was missing somehow on this account. So I'm quite happy about unlocking my boy Captain Cold in there. But yeah, still no Raven. Look, we're in Heroic 6 at this point. I went through 5 Heroics on this account, and 2 Heroics on the other account, and in last contract I still went through like 4 Heroics there too, and still no legendary character drop. That's why I still think this system is terrible in terms of giving you legendaries. Don't get me wrong, it's far better than not having a chance to get a legendary. This is definitely better than nothing. And there's a lot of people who are getting legendaries themselves this way, and I'm quite happy about that. But my huge amounts of unluck kind of demonstrate how unforgiving the system can be unless you get lucky. It's in theory a repeatable reward, but the window in between you're going to get each of the rewards is gonna get higher and higher as you progress through the heroics, and that's why I kind of feel myself cheated by the system, because I haven't gotten any legendary so far, so that's quite sad. But I'm gonna be still quite happy with my reforges, I guess. I'm borderline happy with unlocking Captain Cold, because I now have all gold characters in the game and I have no idea how I was missing that previously. And yeah, moving on to next tier sub-bosses with a little bit of a Deathstroke pip, used 1 additional special 2 sadly. And at this point I figure out that I forgot, I mean not really yet, I figure out that I forgot to equip artifacts on any of my characters except for Deathstroke. And at this point I'm like, nah, it's not even worth using the multiverse team to keep doing damage over here, because we're just dealing too little damage to be worth anything without the artifacts equipped. So yeah, Sad reacts only in terms of that, and at that point I'm like, oh, let's pop Deathstroke in there and let him deal some damage. Not yet, haven't yet made the decision. But yeah, right now I get a decent combo and only 1k with the Multiverse Armored Supergirl Special 3, and I'm like, nah bro, let's just have some fun with Deathstroke. This team is not gonna do much because I was dumb and forgot to equip the artifacts. Also, Deathstroke would have dealt slightly more damage in this part of the fight himself if I had all the artifacts equipped, obviously, because those would have given him far more passive stats than he currently gets. And yeah, the damage is not that terrible on Deathstroke, but after he gets his 3 special trees done, not that terrible, but still, compared to the overall damage that those deal is gonna be terrible. And with the special tree that I did there, I did a little bit of a mistake. I knew that it could interrupt specials, and somehow my brain made the connection that, oh, we don't have to worry about block. Nah, it's not unblockable, my dude. Sigval, what are you thinking about? The attack multiverse slash back in there, building some combo. I have Firebox on him of all artifacts. And yeah, Deathstroke back in there for, let's say, a peak performance special tree, though not really, because he's not getting much from the Sword of Salvation, because Captain Skull's power is quite high. But yeah, mostly percentage damage here, and it's quite a decent amount of percentage damage. 561 mil. Now, getting into my Black Manta, I'm very excited about this one, because I got my Black Manta to like 5 stars, and I also got my Sword of Sin from level 3 to like level 5. I think at this point even level 6, actually, I'm lying. So level 6 Sword of Sin, level 8 Sword of Salvation, and level 7 Beta Club. And we're going to kind of look how far that additional damage got my Black Manta. Keep in mind, previously, the highest amount I've ever gotten with Black Manta was like somewhere between 400 mil to 420 mil. So we're going to get into this here. And we're going to use the Brainiac strat, trying to tag in and out with Brainiac as much and as soon as possible, and getting that optimal lethal attack damage in there. I'm also at some point going to do a super move with Manta, which I'm not sure was the most optimal thing in the world, because, well, I'm not gonna lose my stacks on it, and it's nothing overall bad that's gonna happen. That thing is going to quite heavily delay my maxing out the stacks with Brainiac, and I think an argument could have been made for me doing that after I was done with the stacks on Brainiac. Manta back in there. The damage is getting decently high at this point. Use super move there. We're still missing some lethal stacks with Brainiac, so that's not finished. But yeah, on a high value of dot, we're going to get all the way to 3 mil so far, and that's still room for increasing, because Brainiac is not done with the lethal. But I first want him in the corner before we tag Brainiac again, because this is the most optimal way to do it, and I'm not gonna give up on that. Heavily increasing my dot to 3.1 mil, so that's definitely something in our special one. 3.6 mil. That's getting close to some values we might see sometimes on Batman Ninja Team, though my Batman Ninja Team right now has far higher values, but yeah, getting to what you would call decent amounts at this point. Come interrupting again. We'll soon need to do a vibe check on Brainiac to see how many lethal stacks he's got, because if you tag him like this, even though it's the most optimal way to tag him in, he's not gonna sit in the fight for enough time for your amount of lethal attack damage stacks to be revealed. Yeah, I think we already did a vibe check at another point, because now I'm switching into not doing that. And we're max stacks right now, I'll assume. And we're going to try and reset the Beta Club dot damage only with the jump attack after he's stunned. Doing a jump attack, putting us at 5.6 mil, which is quite a high amount, I might say. And make sure we don't reset that at any point. As you can see, I'm doing the jump attack. And until the stun is over, I'm only going to do basic attack hits. This is quite weird because it's a weird placement of the debuffs, okay? I can't see how much my stun is going to last, sadly. So we're not gonna have access to that information, so I'm gonna act pretty much every single time like I need to combo interrupt, but there we go. That's my peak performance 5-star Black Manta at this point, and that's going to be 574 mil. Let's go. Quite proud of my boy. Now getting into a Batman Catwoman fight here, again Beta Club on Catwoman, we're going to have a level 6 Sword of Sin and level 8 Sword of Salvation, providing us with the passive stats that are going to tremendously help us. Going to drop a special 2 in there, Combo Interrupting again, and pushing him all the way into the corner. As I said, Catwoman has got one of the best pushing powers in the game. With kind of one combo and one special 3, the enemy is going to be already in the corner. And that's great. Managed to combo interrupt here without letting him get close to me from the corner. That's a big win over there. Combo interrupting again. We got a 9.1 mil dot value, so I'm happy with that. We're going to let that run its course before we reset. And reset here. Reset no lower dot value, and that's not gonna be great. I mean, it's still 7.6, could be better. I think that one only hit a little, not the crits too. Combo interrupting again. Combo interrupting again. And as you can see, I'm not resetting it. That's kind of the key with Beta Club Batman Catwoman. Not resetting once you get a huge value. That's how to play the nowadays variant of Beta Club, because this is kind of the third variant of Beta Club. Like, first on release, you don't care about the gameplay, you just go at it, and it's high dot values. Second time, you just make sure you reset once, and then it stays that way. Now we need to let it expire when it hits a high value, and then reapply it and hope for a good value. The Beta Club has been a wild ride, might I add. And yes, I am fully aware that this is gonna be the most pay-to-win artifact in the game. I'm aware of that. This is by far the most pay-to-win artifact in the game, and I'm sorry it is that way, but at the same time, this doesn't mean that I'm not gonna use it and showcase it to you guys. This not necessarily for bragging, it's just for sharing my fights. Like, I'm proud of my accomplishments and I'm proud of my damages, but I never do it like to flex on people, because I've been thinking about this. A lot of people don't like my videos that contain Beta Club and straight up hate on Beta Club, and I quite understand that. I feel you guys. I'm quite unhappy with the state that the Beta Club is, and it's so good and it's so hard to get. And it's almost impossible for the free-to-play players, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna showcase it. Because I have it and I want to share with you guys pretty much everything in terms of my account progress, so we're gonna have that in the videos. So huge sorry for the people who are bothered by this. And sorry, it's not a better way to get it. But yeah, failed there. He somehow blocked. Ring-gauge the combo. Not getting a decent dot value there. I'm gonna try and reset. 7.1, that's fine. Combo interrupting again. Combo interrupting again. And that's gonna be pretty much as far as my Bad Ninja team goes. And quite annoyingly, it was not enough to kill this dude, because, I mean, you will be left with a decent amount of health, but when you look at the total damage that we dealt, that amount of health that he's left with is not quite a big percentage of that overwhelmingly huge value that we dealt. I think it's somewhere around 5% of what we did, so definitely with better gameplay we maybe could have gotten that, or with slightly better luck. But we're going to clean up with Silver Banshee here. Real slash in there, special 3. Gonna back off a bit, special 1. Reverse slash back in there. Ring-gauge that combo. Combo interrupting again. Silver Banshee back in there, special 3. Backing off, special 1. Reverse slash back in. Ring-gauge the combo. Combo interrupting again. And with special 3 in there. Combo interrupting, special 1. There we go. Reverse slash back in. Combo interruption again. Into another special 3. That was sadly not a crit. Combo interrupting, special 1. That's kind of the most optimal way to play Silver Banshee, but as soon as you mess up the combo once and Silver Banshee takes some damage, he can no longer afford to do that, so you kind of lose that option. Special 1 again. Reverse slash back in, and I mess up and he blocks. Sad reacts only. And now he's gonna be dislodged from the corner, so we can't safely combo interrupt with Silver Banshee, but taking her in there again to not lose the all blade stacks. Engage the combo. Silver Banshee back in there, special 3. Backing off a bit, special 1. Reverse slash back in. Engage the combo. Silver Banshee back in there, special 3, and there we go, he's dead. He's dead. If you didn't notice. Now we're going to have a little bit of a League of Anarchy fight a little bit on the fast forward, because I feel like the League of Anarchy fight when using Arkham Knight Batman is gonna be maybe the most repetitive fight in the game. So we pretty much use super move. We're going to stun, tag Harley in, and do damage. Arkham Knight Bane back in into another stun, Harley back in into some damage. This dude is annoyingly immune to lethal and crit, so it's gonna be a grind. I think the League of Anarchy plus Raven will do quite a number on this dude, but we're going to open up with a normal League of Anarchy to chip it out a bit. Maybe before the Raven League of Anarchy I might put a Deathstroke in there to further chip out the values that this dude has, the health values, but yeah. This is gonna be the last fight of the video, so huge thanks for being here, lads. Huge thanks for watching. Please do like and comment if you enjoyed this, because it definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And can't wait to see you on stream, because as you know, as you might be aware, I'm streaming every day, including tonight. And I'll see you all there. And yeah, the damage values are gonna be terrible on this one, sadly. But it is what it is. There's those kinds of fights. The percentage health damage usually helps with this, and thinking back on it, I think I should have used my Deathstroke here instead of on Captain Cold. But yeah, it is what it is. The more you do, the more you learn. Only I keep doing mistakes and not learning, but everybody learns at their own pace. But yeah, huge thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. And the total amount of damage is going to be kind of garbage. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
This is the future.